Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Let's Eat Orlando with Amy, Drew, and Biggie.
Hey.
So, Amy, Drew, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm kind of not feeling it. I don't know if you ever have those days where you just kind of need a little comfort. You're just kind of like maybe you're not yourself. Maybe the weather's kind of yucky.
No, I never have those
Never
days.
have those days. I mean, I know I'm usually like a plate full of sunshine, but I will tell you sometimes there is I do have those days, and when I have those days, I then usually will go to comfort foods. It's always hard. It's like almost kind of like it's horrible when you go to a grocery store hungry. I want to say it's probably horrible to go shopping or to go eat when you kind of need some comfort and you're kind of feeling
Oh
off.
yeah, because you're like, oh, look at those cookies. I love
Yep.
those. I'm gonna get them.
Yep.
And then you go home and you eat
Yep.
them all.
Like, oh, I need some Oreos. Oh yeah, Oreos there. Yep, I need that. Ooh, cereal. Cereal always good if I need it for later. And it's one of those that you sometimes you buy emotionally to buy as the things that bring you comfort. Ice cream obviously is another good one. But I was kind of curious. I figured we could kind of talk about that a little bit about comfort foods that we make at home, but also comfort foods that we go to, or maybe even places that bring you comfort when you're or have maybe menu anxiety and you don't know what to eat, but you know is always a spot that will make you feel right.
Today is Wednesday, and so it's like you're halfway through the week. It's also a very rainy week here in Orlando. It's just been, everybody's been complaining about the heat, but it's like I haven't seen the sun really in a few days, and I miss it. I think the sun definitely does, psychologically it does things for
Yeah,
me
me too.
to see bright blue sky. So I think that, you're tuning into that.
Yeah.
There's like a little bit of pathetic fallacy going
Yeah.
on here. You're getting affected by the weather and whatever else is going on in your life.
All right, so let's talk about
and
that.
I relate. Carbs. Carbs are comfort.
Yeah.
Warm bread, warm noodles, warm rice, all of those things with for me, I guess comfort when I think instantly, I think kanji, which is like rice porridge. So it's like it's cereal and it's rice.
Yeah.
And it's hot. I love that kind of stuff. And it's also like a sick food for me. Black egg and shrimp and seafood. I don't care what's in it. I'll eat it with nothing in it. I just love kanji. It just gives you warm belly. Any kind of soup with noodles in it, ramen would be a comfort food. Noodles by themselves probably are the ultimate comfort food, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely enjoy good noodles. I enjoy that grilled cheese, or the toasted bread, warm bread. I love all that stuff. If you have that, you could even dip it into soup or anything like that. Like all
Yeah,
those things.
exactly. The soup and the bread together. So it's like the warm and the steeped and braised and carbs. So yeah, any of that stuff. Like if I was going to go for a sandwich for comfort, it would probably be like some kind of a warm, like hot open turkey sandwich, or, like a wet torta.
Okay.
Something like that, like where you've got basically it's like gravy and carbs and so good.
Do you have
So
any
good.
places that you would recommend or that you go to if you wanted something like that in Orlando?
For a smothered torta, I'm not sure yet.
Okay.
I mean, I guess like the birria could count, but that's not really what I'm thinking of. I'm thinking like more like gooey smothered than brothy smothered. For kanji, I used to love Kai Kai, which was inside the iFresh market. And by the way, he is back now as a pop-up, but he is not doing his whole menu, so there's no kanji there. I'd probably go to Tasty Wok, order it and run in and pick it up because I want to go home and eat it in my jammies because I need comfort.
Yeah. No,
I want to sit in a restaurant. I want to go home and eat it on the couch, right?
Exactly. No, that's exactly how you want to eat it. How you want to eat it when you need some comfort and you just kind of need that. For us, in my house, what we usually will do is, depending on like the weather and the mood, or even like when we're just kind of like none of us like, because sometimes in our house, like you kind of the whole vibe in the house is that same way where you're like, oh, we just I'm like, I just want something good to eat, but I don't know what it is, and I just
and I don't want to make it.
And yeah, exactly. We're going out somewhere. Um,
Call Uber Eats.
yeah. Yeah, like who's coming dropping food off? We usually will do I will usually will do Viet Nomz. That one always kind of hits because we could do the pho, we could do the rice bowl. Sometimes I'll do like I won't do the wings when I'm feeling kind of like that. I kind of want something like you said, warm.
Viet Nomz, I only ever get pho. I mean, I've gotten other
Yeah.
things and my kids have go-tos there, but for me, it's just all about the pho. They have the best to-go
Hmm.
packaging. Can I just give a shout out to Viet Nomz for the
Yeah.
packaging on their soup?
No,
It's like,
it's delicious.
it's the it's the best. It's great soup, and I just love that packaging. It's so convenient. It's like everything's there, and just I want to give them an A plus plus
Because they
plus
give it to you. They
for
put all
Christmas
like they put
story.
all the good stuff like in like this round, awesome little bowl, and then they also put it in like a wonton container, like all the broth and everything like that. So that way you can kind of pour. So that way it's like everything kind of just blends in, and then they give you the extra. I usually grab the extra stuff, the extra veggies and the extra things that are going to go in it, as well. And yeah, it's absolutely delicious.
Kai, Asian street fare,
Yes.
garlic noodles
Yes.
with the crab,
Mm-hmm.
comfort food.
Mm-hmm. You like a lot of
That's what I
seafood.
want.
I notice a lot of seafood, a lot of um kind of Asian inspired stuff is
Well,
usually.
I love noodles, so there's a lot to
Yeah.
love, in the Asian compendium with noodles. I mean, I would still rock a bowl of my grandma's chicken soup. That'd make me happy too. Italian wedding soup,
That's good too.
because you've got the soup, you've got the little, you know, ditali or the ditalini, the little ones, so good, little
Do
meatballs.
you, is there anywhere you get that? You get the wedding soup? The only place I could think of when you said that, it brought me back years ago. I used to get it at Goodfellas.
I like making it, but I had a really good one. I actually wanted to order it the last time I was there, but I wanted a I wanted a large container. And they only sell it in like these little sides. And I was like, nah, forget
Where's that?
it.
Where did you
But
go?
Anthony's
Okay.
in I think that the address would be considered Casselberry. It's like right edging up against
Okay.
Longwood. And I love their grandma pie there. They have a good grandma pie, but they had some good Italian wedding soup there.
It's good to know. Check it out.
That's the only place I can think of off the top of my head.
Um
I'm sure there's probably other places that make a good one.
Obviously, I do enjoy going to pom poms when I need to. Sometimes that like hits the spot really good. Mama Ling Ling's.
Lots of good soups over
Yes,
there.
yes, the
Lots of
soups
good soup.
on a Monday when Mondays are always good when she does like a tomato soup. She does like a soup and she also does like a grilled cheese. It just hits right.
I want that right now.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go get ramen after this, I think.
that's a good one. I may have to go that route with you and pick up some ramen as well. Is there any place that you go get some ramen at?
Oh, I mean, I there's a few places I love. I think the place I go the most when I go, which is not often because I have to save my food
Yeah.
for work, but I love ramen takagi. Love, 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 love ramen takagi. I can't say enough. Um, do you know Julius?
Yeah.
I brought Julius there. It was his first time there, and he was like, "Oh my god, this is so good." And of course, he took like 50 million great
Of
pictures and
course he did.
videos. Yes, he did, and it was amazing, and the food was so good.
He does it right.
Um, yeah, Jamadi's does great ramen. Um,
I'm writing all these down so I can go to them.
Wa Sushi has always done great ramen, and now they have a ramen shop where ramen is the focus over in Lake Nona.
Okay.
Those lucky Lake Nonians.
I'm gonna have to check it out because my folks live in Lake Nona.
Yeah, definitely check it out. There is a growing, slowly indie restaurant scene out there, So now the people of Lake Nona don't have to leave
Well, it's
to
because it's
get
so hard to
ramen.
get out of Lake Nona.
It is. I mean, but it's big. There's a lot of stuff there, but if you wanted, I'm guessing maybe there's another ramen place there. I'm guessing not, but I'm guessing if they're craving that, they got to split,
Yeah.
you know. And when you're feeling like comfort food, you don't want to have to drive an hour to get your comfort food. So,
No, you want something close by, and that's kind of the key. Is like you want something that's like where can I go close, get what I want.
Yeah, or convenient,
Yeah.
like I'm heading home from work. What's on the way?
Hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
kind of a thing. I don't know. Mac and cheese could be a good comfort food.
Yes. For my wife, mac and cheese is a comfort food for her. That's like brings her back to
Where is
childhood.
your wife's favorite mac and cheese?
Oh, I mean, I have to ask her. Let me ask you.
Mine's in my house.
Hey, Kristen, favorite place for mac and cheese?
I love that he just yells and you can hear him away from the
I'm just
mic. That's the
yelling.
best.
I'm seeing if she gives me what I think she's gonna tell me. So she basically her favorite is a land remembered. They have a lobster mac and
Oh,
cheese.
oh, see, I don't really love lobster mac and
Where
cheese.
else?
There's two schools on that, and I'm definitely in the other school. It's not that I won't eat
Yeah.
it. It's just I kind of feel like lobster mac and cheese ruins the lobster and the mac and cheese.
Yeah, she likes it. She
That's how I
likes it.
feel.
She also like she said she also is a big fan of smoke made meats and smoking donuts, mac and cheese.
People love I want to linger on this lobster mac and cheese
Okay,
thing.
let's talk about it.
I have to because I know that this is divisive. I want to hear from people. When this goes live, I would love to hear people. I want to see if it's like a 50-50 camp. Because I'll eat anything. I'm not,
Yeah.
I'm not one of those just no people. That's annoying too. But I would never order lobster mac and cheese. To me, it's like I want mac and cheese. I want it to taste like cheese. Now my cheese tastes like lobster, and my lobster is ruined. It didn't need anything. Why are you putting cheese on my lobster?
That, by the way, that's gonna be the title of the episode. Why are you putting cheese on my lobster?
There you go. That's perfect. Why are you putting if I ordered a lobster roll at Naughty Lobster and somebody put beer cheese on it, I would be like, "You owe me $5 million." Or whatever the market price is on those 2-foot lobster
I think it's like
rolls.
$200.
Right. I would be like, "You owe me $200 plus $100
Yeah.
inconvenience fee for wrecking my dinner." Now I got to wait for another lobster roll and I got to sit here and watch you eat
Are
this
you
while I'm waiting for my food.
speaking of lobster roll? Are you a Connecticut? Isn't there like it's Connecticut lobster roll, and then there's
Yes.
the
There's
what's the other one? There's a Connecticut and I want to say it's a Boston one, but it's not. There,
It's Maine.
yeah, like so one is mayonnaise based, one's butter based, right? And one's
Yes,
cold and one's hot.
I like them both, and I think that if you set them side by side, I could probably like one over the other depending on how it's
Hmm.
made. But generally speaking, I tend to prefer the Maine. But I've had Maine lobster rolls that I didn't care
Yeah.
for, so then I might pick the other one. So I think if it's apples to apples, they're both great. I'd probably take the cold one over the hot one, but I still really like the hot one.
Yeah.
So
And
I'm good
yeah,
either
you
way.
can't really go wrong.
Exactly.
It's like yes and yes.
Yeah, well, that's why I said
Yeah.
yes. That's usually my universal answer.
Yep. Exactly.
How do you feel? Same?
Yeah, I kind of feel the same. I mean, I will say that I depends on like obviously like like summary or kind of like how like sometimes depends on how I my mood. I would probably say I usually will go more of the main one where it's like more mayonnaise based.
Yeah, because usually when I eat that, it's hot out.
Yeah.
Right.
Versus the eat, but at the same time, if I want, because I think to myself like the Connecticut one is it's like basically like you're eating lobster and you're dipping it in the butter and all that stuff where you're using with bread.
Exactly. So it's like, why aren't I just eating lobster?
Correct. And
Yeah, I
I think
agree with
that's
you.
why I kind of don't as often. I usually will always go the other way when it comes to that.
I agree. But I mean, if you want to bring both to my table, I'd be happy to
Correct.
sell
Correct.
them.
No, and it's funny because the reason we even had we know about the land remembered is because we would go, my family and I would go, and we would go with another couple, and I'm not a mac and cheese person. Like I actually don't, that's not my favorite thing to eat. I will eat the mac and cheese, mind you, though. I don't know why, but the spicy turkey mac and cheese at Pom Poms, I get that every
Oh my
time.
god, that is good mac and
Yes.
cheese.
I get that
Thank
every
you.
time.
Thank you. You just found a mac and
Yes.
cheese that I do actually
That
like.
one is like a house
I
favorite.
still won't order it though.
All of us
There's
get
still
that
other
one.
things there I'd rather
I'd
have.
rather I would get like a huge like it's never enough. Like I'm like, well, this is not enough. I need more. I need more of it. But
Well, that's nice that they have it as a side because
yes.
then I get to have a little because it's not anything. I always want other things when I go there.
Correct. So that's my mac and cheese. Like if I had to pick one, that's the one I usually will say that's the one I will always get. But when we went the one time we went and someone ordered it and there was like a appetizer type thing and they split it and then I got to eat it and it is good. But my wife like that's like my wife would eat that by itself if as her meal.
I
Um,
have a friend who swears by the Kraft box. She loves the Kraft box.
there's nothing wrong with the powdered.
No, I
Yeah.
mean, I could rock one of those, and that would be comforting just because it like tastes like being 10.
Yes. Well, I mean, that's kind of like how, well, it's funny because I'm one of those where, and I'm kind of curious, like when you grew up, was like, would your family have like mac and cheese would be like the dinner and that's it?
No. I never ate that Kraft mac and cheese in my parents' house ever. I
Correct.
ate it at my friends'
Correct.
houses. That was where my parents never bought that stuff
Correct.
ever,
But would your
ever.
family have just like pasta or would you always have a protein or is it like, you know what I mean? Like, would it just be a carb or
No,
what would you have?
we definitely would not always have a protein because my mom was in charge of dinner most of the time when I
Yes.
was a kid because my
Was
dad
the
was at the
cook. Yep.
restaurant
Yep.
and my mom was not the
Yep.
cook of the house. So very often, like my dinner would be like, you remember when Ronzoni made those like little
Uh huh.
wheels of pasta, and it would be like pasta wheels that my mom would like throw peas in it, and it would be like my mom was not the cook. She made great scrambled eggs.
Okay.
She was a decent baker, but yeah, my dinners at home, like from my mother's dinner, like I would get a baked potato with peas, and like so it would be like all carbs, and I was so easy. I was just like, okay, put some butter on it, I'll eat it,
Yeah.
and that was dinner.
Yeah.
Um, when my dad was home, there was usually a protein, and then it was like like chicken parm or my dad got very, my dad only really ever wanted to eat Chinese food out because he couldn't make it. And that was like his favorite food. It was always either Chinese food or Thai food
Yes.
when we went out to dinner, which was not often because my dad didn't want to be in a
Yep,
restaurant
because
because he
he
was
was in
always at
it.
his own restaurant.
No, I could totally see that. And yeah, and in that sense, like
So he bought a wok at some point and was trying to cook on that. Like he could make his own stir fry, but it was always decent, but it was never like
never the
real
same.
Thai. No, it was not even close to
No.
the same. And my dad was a great cook. He just didn't cook Chinese
Yeah.
food.
No, I totally get that. Yeah, like mac and cheese when we would do like when people say, "Hey, did you have mac and cheese?" Yeah, my the closest version of mac and cheese that I had in my house was when my mom would make hamburger helper. Like that was literally that was the version of mac and cheese,
That was never in my house either.
which is very surprising to me that we even had it at my house. But I think sometimes my
Yeah.
mom, as a working mom, would be like, "I need a quick meal. We're gonna throw this in." And sometimes that's what we would do. Kristen would be like, "I'm craving mac and cheese," and we would do like a craft box of Kraft mac and cheese. I would be like, "Let's make some ground beef," and we like throw it all together and make like our own
That
version.
sounds like it would be better than hamburger
It does,
helper.
and it's delicious. We would do it often.
Yeah, that wouldn't be bad.
No,
I could rock like I could seriously, we were talking about noodles and comfort food. Like I could rock like some momofuku noodles.
yes,
Instant, they're so good, chili crunch.
mm-hmm.
The only problem with those is that like I eat one and if I'm comfort fooding, like I want two.
Yeah,
I want to make it, that's not enough. Like I just barely scratch the itch.
yeah. No, I agree with you on that. Like that, and that's the hard part when you want some comfort. Sometimes you need a little extra comfort, and
Yeah,
so.
I want to eat like half the box of
Mm-hmm.
pasta.
Yep, exactly. Anything.
Which is not something I would do. I want to. I should stress I want to. I don't,
Yes,
but I want to
correct,
always.
correct. No,
And I could. I don't want to make it like I'm dainty. Like I could eat that. I could eat it. I could put that away.
what about is there anything in like in the sweet department or like in the chips or savory or anything like that that you kind of like, yeah, I can usually go for something like that that kind of
Not
helps with the
when I'm
comfort
craving
side?
comfort food. I mean, I have stuff that I like if I'm noshy,
Yeah.
but like when I really want comfort food, it's usually something warm. Like if I was going to do something, it would probably be more like hot cocoa or something. But I tend to be, I love sweet things, but I tend to be savory over sweet.
Yeah. When you want
But
comfort.
um, but if we're talking about snacky stuff, like those peanut butter filled pretzel nuggets, those are
Yeah.
deadly. I do not buy those.
Yep.
I walk past those constantly and I covet them and I stare at them and then I very wisely say, no, I'm not doing
Yep.
that because it would be bad. Like I would just, every time I walk into the kitchen, I'd be eating a handful every time.
No, I totally feel it. Okay, what about? So I know we're talking food. Is there anything that you watch? Anything that you kind of watch or do like when you kind of feel like a little comfort, like it kind of like makes you like like, oh, I could have my Chinese food and then I'm like sit down and watch something to kind of give kind of give me that full comfort.
What about you? What do you watch?
Me, so we tend to
Comfort
watch.
shows to go with your comfort
Yeah,
food?
I usually will want. I mean, I usually will tend to watch something definitely something light, but it's so usually there's like a we'll end up watching a sitcom or something. Like usually it's something like we'll do that. Sometimes it all just depends on what if it's me or it really depends if is it me by myself or is it me with my family. Me by myself, sometimes I'll put on some Ted Lasso. Other times when I just feel like I need a little something to kind of brighten me up and make me laugh or chuckle, I'll watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine or The Office.
I
Um,
like cartoons.
yeah,
I watch cartoons.
and
That's what I do.
yeah, sometimes I'll do that.
If I was gonna pick a movie, it would be like Army of
Yeah, I
Darkness. It
was
would be something funny.
cartoon wise. Would it be Bob's Burgers?
Could be Bob's Burgers, could be like regular show. That'd make me
Yeah,
laugh. And that's like a good, I feel like Bob's Burgers, regular show just seems like it's like the pot of cartoons. Like I feel like it's just like it makes you just like laugh and it's like it is. I don't know how to
yeah,
explain it. It's just they're eating ridiculous food, and on that show they get drunk on wings. Like wings are like alcohol on that show. You ever watch it?
yes,
Like so they eat a bunch of wings and then they're all drunk. And it's just funny.
yeah,
So it's kind of like a stoner
yeah,
show. So it feels like it makes sense to eat food and watch that
yeah.
show.
No, I get it. I get it.
The Himalayan burger truck.
Yeah,
I can taste the Himalayas.
but wouldn't
It's a
that?
great show.
But wouldn't that be awesome to be able to have like that feeling like you get like when you get like that kind of like a food high when you're like, oh my god, this is so good. Kind of like sometimes, and we both have talked about them enough times. Like Red Panda noodle, that's comfort food.
Oh my god, yes,
That's comfort
100%.
food right
Well,
there.
you're talking about noodles, yeah,
Yes,
like, just get me any dish
yes,
that they make
yes.
with noodles in
Hmm.
it, you know, and yes, 100%, 100%.
So I want to do, and I'm going to write this down in our.
They do skewers, and I'm like,
Yes.
"Who orders
Yeah.
those?" Like, I know they're good, but, like, why would you even waste room when you could eat all those
Yep.
noodles?
Yep.
Like,
No, I
and
agree.
they're really
I
good.
agree.
No offense, guys, but they are. They're good. If I was low carbing and wanted to torture myself,
Yeah.
I would come to your truck and get
I
that.
want to well and I'm not it's not a challenge because I don't want people to be like, "Oh, well, I'm going to have you should do this." But I will say I don't know since COVID when I had it or what, but I do know that my senses of taste for hot has changed where I could eat hotter things and I don't like my family will be like, "Oh, that's too hot." And then I'll be like, I don't taste anything. It's fine." Um, so we're gonna have to go somewhere, and I may have to. The thing is, I don't, I don't want to tell someone like an Elliot to about that because then he'll be like, "I'll make it as hot that your fire comes out of you," and I'm like, I don't want
We
that.
Let's go eat some spicy
Oh yeah,
food.
that's what I
I
want to do.
love spicy food. I love spicy
I want
food.
to do.
Wait, are you ready for this
Yes, give
news?
it to me.
Okay. I'm the Highlander. I have never gotten COVID.
Really?
Really. I never got COVID.
That's amazing.
So, but I know a few people who've told me that their tastes, like different things that they used to like, they don't like
Hmm.
anymore.
But
And
but for me, it's the heat.
and I'll knock wood because every time I say that I never got COVID, I'm always like, I gotta knock wood.
But yeah, comfort food definitely brings. I've enjoyed the episode because it does put a smile on my face after like the last few weeks. I've kind of comfort food has been on my mind quite a bit. So it's definitely great to kind of hear what you're doing and what you enjoy eating at. And also like the local places.
Cocoa, and I'm just thinking, like, now I'm jumping, I'm sorry,
No,
back to the thing. Cocoa, like hot cocoa with a big bunch of marshmallows in it would be a comfort food that's sweet.
you do cereal by any
Um,
chance as like a comfort food?
I like cereal. I never eat it because it's just such a waste of
Calories and
calories,
sugar. Yep.
but I love it. I do love it, and I hardly ever have it in the house, but I wouldn't call it a comfort food, I just like
Yeah.
it.
Out of curiosity, just I'm curious, what is the?
Like oatmeal or cream of wheat or farina would be more of a comfort food for me, like Kanji,
Yeah,
like hot
gotcha.
cereal.
What? But if you were to have cold cereal, what's the cold cereal? In your, what would be your cold cereal pickup?
Oh, like any cold cereal? People are gonna laugh at me. I love grape nuts. Like
What?
I love grape nuts. I like them cold and
But
hot.
grape nuts is grape nuts bad for you? I don't think grape nuts is bad.
It's terrible for you. It's like 500 empty calories a bowl, I think. Like grape nuts has so many calories in it for nothing. It's really good though. Like at least oatmeal has some
Yeah,
nutrition.
yeah,
I'm not
yeah,
sure what's in. I like Cracklin Oat Bran. Like as far as junk, like really junky
yeah.
cereals, I think I told you this. Like I used to like Super Sugar Crisp,
Yes.
which is now called Super Golden
Yep.
Crisp because we're not allowed to say sugar in our cereals anymore. But I was like Calvin. What did chocolate frosted sugar
Yeah.
bombs? Yeah, I like that, and that's just like puffed wheat with sugar
Mm-hmm.
on it. Like it's not a big.
No.
I never really went for like the fruity chocolatey. I like chocolate too much to like fake chocolate
No, I'm with
things.
you on that. I don't usually. I like chocolate too much in order to have.
Yeah, so all of the chocolate cereals, like I could eat them, but they're just not. They don't hit
Correct.
because they're not chocolate.
No, I got you. I got you. I love it. Um,
What about you?
Me, cereal wise. So as a kid, my parents used to let me eat Crispex. Was what I was
Oh,
allowed.
you had the yeah. I never had that stuff in the
That
house either. I like Crispix. I
if
like
but the
Crispix.
thing is, I don't eat cereal. I eat cereal. I still eat cereal, and usually when I eat cereal, I'll do like I buy generic. I could care less about the brand. So like I'll do like a Frosted Flakes or bunches bunch of like I used to love
Yeah, see,
O's.
I like it's so terrible. I grew up in such a healthy house that to me, like Raisin Bran with its like sugar coated
Was
raisins,
too much. Was too
that's sugar
much.
cereal to
Yeah,
me.
no.
I like it.
I no. O's.
I like Raisin Bran. I haven't had it
I
in
mean, I would
forever,
eat
but I
Raisin
rock
Bran,
full
but
of
yeah, O's. I would do O's or Crispex. Those are like the ones I used to do. Now in my house, sometimes
it. Cracklin Oat Bran is like crumbled up granola bars in a cereal. It's so good.
we. I mean,
That also has like 900 calories a
the
bowl.
other the
It's
other ones I had, I eat sometimes will eat because I'm the only one in my house that eats cereal, and I'll do it as more of like a snack or a dessert. It's never like a breakfast meal, so I'll either do that. So it'll be like Captain Crunch. I like a good Captain Crunch, or I'll just do straight Frosted Flakes. That's fine.
I never have any. Once in a while, like, you know what? I ate Rice Krispies a couple of weeks ago. I'll tell you why. Because what happens is my kids get on a I'm going to make Rice Krispies all the time tip. And then they have a BOGO. So I end up with humongous boxes of Rice Krispies. Then they get sick of making the Rice Krispies, but there's an open box of Rice Krispies in the house. And although I didn't grow up in the Depression, my dad did. And so I have this like, we don't waste food ingrained in
Correct.
me. So after a while, I'm like, nobody's gonna eat these friggin' Rice Krispies. I have to eat them.
So do
so
you eat them
so
as
then I'll eat
cereal or
Rice
do you eat them
Krispies.
as a Rice Krispie treat?
Oh no, I'll eat them as
Oh,
cereal.
okay.
Like I'll eat them with. I had just had it with like oat
Yep.
milk or soy milk or
Yep.
whatever, and it feels decadent to me because I
Yeah.
never eat cereal. But that was really the only reason I ate it was like these are gonna be stale, and then I'm gonna throw them out, and it's like.
No.
I need to eat it. I need to bat cleanup for the
That
pantry.
I'm in we are the same way in our house. We do not want food wasted. So it'll be like, well, you
Yeah.
bought it. Now what are you gonna do? It's got to be eaten and all of those things. Right. By the way, Rice Krispie treats, that is kind of a comfort food.
Oh, I love them,
Yeah.
but they have to be homemade.
Yes. I actually for a little while started making not Rice Krispie treats, but it's the same theory of the Rice Krispie treat. I would buy at Aldi, I would make a s'mores version of it. So I would use like
Mm.
their they have like a honey graham cereal. So I would use that instead of the Rice Krispies, and then I would do
Like Golden
yeah,
Grams,
one
generic
of those
brand.
generic ones that was like a honey whatever. but it would be that, and then I would do marshmallow, and I would do chocolate chips, and then I would mix it, and I would make it into like a s'more. So it would be like a s'mores bar instead of a Rice Krispie, which is
That's like
probably
Teddy Brulee
yeah,
from Bob's Burgers.
yes, it's far worse,
Me-
but it is delicious.
Meanwhile, I will say this two things about Rice Krispies treats. If you happen to go to the market or go to her website, Bang Bread,
Yes.
this woman makes a furikake Rice Krispie treat that is one of the best Rice Krispie treats I ever ate in my life. So, whoever's listening should try that. And then I saw on Instagram or TikTok or something, these guys, I don't know why I never saw this in my life. They stuck Rice Krispies treats on a stick and then stuck them in the campfire.
Oh,
It was like, it blew my mind. I was like, why am I this year, this many? And I just saw that. Why did I never think of
does it
that? Why did nobody else I know
does it
think of
in
that?
like does it puff up or does it
No, but it gets like the
that
toasty
toasty?
marshmallow outside.
Oh.
Yes, we have to do that.
That's but
I
I'm
saw
it's
this
on the
like
list. We're
maybe a
gonna
week
do. We'll make a
ago.
video of this and try this.
It
This will be
blew my
a good
mind.
summer rice rice crispy treats under fire.
Yeah, Rice Krispie treats over the fire. It was like, why didn't anybody? How come I've never seen this?
I love it. I love it.
Yeah,
And with
I do
that,
too.
I'm ready. I think I'm ready to get some comfort food in me.
I need some noodles right now.
Yes, I think we're there. So I definitely think it's a good place to wrap up. Definitely make sure to subscribe and listen to the show. Tell your friends if you have food topics or food
I'm
ideas.
warmed up. We should have done video.
But we could definitely and by the way, it is recorded, so we could use video or audio.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah,
Maybe
we
we
could totally
will.
use it.
Maybe we will do this.
But yeah, if definitely make sure to subscribe, give a rating, tell your friends. We're growing. Obviously, we love to hear your feedback on what you think, your thoughts are, places, topics, anything like that. Let us know. But thank you until next time. Thanks for listening to Let's Eat Orlando with
Amy, Drew, and
and
Biggie.
Amy, Drew, and Biggie. Thanks, guys. Have a good night.
Bye.